Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be setting up Gitea on Ubuntu. We will go through how to install Ubuntu and its dependencies, then see how we can set up our repository on Gitea. We will also go a step further into setting up GitHub Actions. Actually, Gitea Actions, but they essentially work the same way if you're familiar with GitHub Actions. I'm going to assume that you already know what Gitea is, but on a higher level, Gitea is a self-hosted version of GitHub. Now, let's go straight into the video. To get started, first of all, open your terminal and you should first update your packages. Yeah, we'll do updates and upgrade. By the way, I am using Ubuntu 20. Now that everything is completed, I will need to install Git and MySQL server because we will be using MySQL as a database to run Gitea. So you just use sudo apt install. I already have Git, but we need Git and MySQL server. I used Y here to continue. Now we're going to create a system user for Gitea. This command is going to have a lot of flags, but I'm going to try my best to explain what is really going on here. So basically what this is doing is creating a system user because you are going to be using this as a service. It's going to be running as a service, and we will also, this is just the description of what this user is about. It's also going to create a group with the same name as the system user, and it's going to create a user also. So let's just run this and see what it does. Okay, I already have the user created, but yours will be different. I will make sure these commands are available in the video description, or I'll create the documents for it. Now we're going to use the wget command to download the latest version of Gitea. We're going to use 1.24.0, and we're going to be downloading from the AMD 24 machine. But if your machine is different, this might be different. So let me just give you a site so you can access it and find which one matches your machine. So let's just go to Gitea. Copy. So you're going to pick so you're going to pick whichever ones fits your machine from here. I'm using AMD. Where is it? This is what I'm using here. So this is what's going to download. But let me just stop this and download through wget. But you just have to pick one from here. So that's what I'm doing here now. So this has been downloaded here. Now that it's downloaded, we are going to make Gitea available system-wide. So we can do this by moving the downloaded application sudo. Then we are going to add the paths to make it available throughout the system. We can run this. Alright, now that it's available system-wide, you should be able to execute it, but you won't be able to because it's not an executable file. So we can change the mode to make it executable. So now we can just say Gitea now and it runs. You see that it's running now. But this is not what we want. Let's just close this and clear. Now we are going to create some files, actually no files, folders that are required by Gitea for custom data and logs. We can do this with make directory command. So we're going to create custom data and log folders. Then we'll have to change the ownership of these folders so that it can only be used by Git user and Git group. Finally, we will change the mode to give permission for only Git user and Git group. So no other user can access these folders or all the folders in Gitea. Now you create another folder in etc directory and change the ownership to root user and Git group. So we can do that with change owner root user Git group. And we can just copy this here. Now we are going to change the mode to give full access to the root user and full access to the Git group and access to no other user or group. This. Or we'll have to change this later. We are not actually supposed to give full access to the Gitea to write. Sorry, the Git group to write, but we need it so that the web installer can write the configuration files. After that, we will need to change it back to 750 like this, but there's still more installation to do. So now we are going to create a systemd unit file for Gitea. So this is going to be the name of the file. Then we can paste in this. So this is using MySQL service. I'll make sure this code is available for you to use. So this is just creating a service for Gitea, and it's going to run as a system program. This is the user we created. So I'm going to execute this. Now save as Ctrl S to save, then Ctrl X to exit. Now we're going to reload systemd, then enable Gitea. Alright, it's enabled, but we'll not be able to use it yet. Let's set up MySQL. First go into the MySQL server, sudo. Alright, so you now paste the following command. We're going to create a database for Gitea, create a user, create a password, and also grant all privileges to Gitea localhost. Yeah, it creates a user here, then it connects to the database on localhost and grants all privileges to this user on localhost. Then we can exit. Now Git is running actually. We can see that on the browser. Here, localhost 3000. Alright. So we used a password. Let me just get it here. Oh, actually I cleared it. But I saved the password. So this is the password that we used in the code. So we just copy that and paste it here. Then we can go ahead and install Git. After this, we will need to change etc Gitea to a less privileged mode. So it's showing something here, but we don't have an account yet. That's the account that we used previously was an admin. But first, do let's just change that back to a less privileged mode. Yeah, I think we need to do here. Alright, now we are safe. And just come here and register. Username, email, password. Let me give you a random password. Yes, register. It is supposed to be a Gmail. Register. No thanks. Alright, now we are in Gitea. As you can see here, we don't have any repository. We can create one. Test repo. Description is, sorry, my keyboard is messing up today. This is just test. I think that was all. Let's just create this. So now they give you commands to add your project to Gitea. I already have a project that I can push here, so I will have to use this command. So let's first check if this is a Git repository. Git status. There's no Git repository here, so let's just init Git. Alright. So the branch that is here is main branch. So let's create main branch. Main. Alright, Git branch. So or Git status. Well, main branch. So let's just add these files and do a big commit. Alright, now we can create origin and publish or push to Gitea. Here's the command to do that. Which name did I use? I think Oh, all right. So now when we go to Gitea and refresh, I think this is our repository. Let me reduce the zoom a bit. All right, this is our repository. It has almost all the features that GitHub has. So basically, you can do everything that, or most things you can do on GitHub here. So finally, we are going to go into how to use Git actions, but we need to set up the runners first. We need a runner because GitHub actions runs on a system. It doesn't run on its own. So we need to create an Ubuntu system that the runner will run on. For that, we'll need Docker. So you need to install Docker first. Then let's come back here and like this. The Git runner is called Act Runner. So we need to download that from their page. Let's see. This is the site I need to use. Yeah, I'm going to use the latest version. So you pick the one that best fits your machine. I'm using Linux AMD. Alright. So this is what I'm going to use. Just download it. Now that it's downloaded, we're going to make it executable. In the downloads directory, we'll change the mode to executable. Then acts. Then to test, you can just do this act. Alright, you see that it's working now. Now we need to get the registration token for our actions or for our runner. And there are 3 levels in which you can create the registration token: the instance level, the organization level, and the repository level. So what we are going to be using here is the organization level. So now we can open our Git instance here and go to actions to get the token. Actions, runners. Then create new runner, and then you'll be given a registration token. Copy that, and actually we don't need it now, but we need it in a moment. Let's generate our configuration file for Act Runner. You can do this with the command okay. Alright, so we have generated our configuration file. Now this configuration file can be saved somewhere in case you want to modify it. You can do that with the command no such file. Okay. Alright, now it's saved. You can just cut and see what is inside the file. Config. Alright, see, this is the whole configuration. So you can enter the YAML file and do some updates, but you could just go through their documentation to see the kind of things you can change in the configuration file. So you might want to go, here and see what you need to change. So now let's go back to what we're doing. Now we are going to register our runner with the register command. Wow, making this mistake too much. Now we're going to enter the Gitea instance URL. Um, this is the URL. So we'll just copy this. Runner token. Now we are going to need this token. Enter runner name. You can just say Ubuntu latest. Enter runner label. So I'm just going to press enter here. Runner registered successfully. I think you'll be able to see the runner here now, but I'll not be able to use it yet. But let's just check. Alright, it's registered. This is the name. Now we can start the runner on the command line. So let's just, or we can use this. Use this here. I don't think the Docker demo is running. Let's see if we can use sudo for this. Sudo. Alright. Let's see if we can just run some actions. Refresh. Idle. Let's see, I have some actions here. Let's go back to our repository. Oh, I don't have any action here. So this is our repository now. So what we are going to do now is paste this here and change this to Git. You'll see that even though this was made for GitHub actions, this is still going to work. Rename. Workflows same way. We're going to open on VS Code to make the updates. Okay, it runs on Ubuntu latest. Let's see what the tag is here on our runner. We have Ubuntu latest here. So now let's push the new changes. This is my repository. Git status. Alright, let's just add this. Git commits. Git push origin. Need to put our username here and password. Alright, we have this running. So let's go to our repository. We can see here that there's something running here. Alright, so the runner is working. Let's look at the terminal and see if there's activity here. Alright, there's activity. Settings. Let's look at the runner. Active. Alright, I think we have covered enough for this video. Thank you for watching, and if this was helpful to you, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more IT and DevOps topics like this.